Welcome to Njenje Media Channel. This is a channel where we explore the truths behind the headlines. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Remember to click on the bell icon in order to get notification when we bring you wonderful content from this channel. Today, Sunday, we are going to look at the Niger Delta and how they aid the contraption called Nigeria today. Niger Delta, a region that is sleeping on duty. Yes, you had it right. Niger Delta is a region that is sleeping on duty. Any day, just bear this in mind that any day the Niger Delta wants and decides to wake up, Nigeria will cease to exist. As of today, in 2019, the Niger Delta is still sleeping. In fact, not sleeping. The Niger Delta is snoring. There is no other factor holding this country together than the inability of the region of Niger Delta to get hold of itself. Cast your mind back, and if you remember, go back to the history book, you will know this. In the 1960s, Isaac Adaka Boro wanted a Niger Delta Republic because what? Because companies operating in that Niger Delta region had their headquarters in Enugu. If you remember again, within that time, the Niger Delta, that is the south-south, the southeast, was one. That region was called Eastern Nigeria. Eastern Nigeria. That was why when the war broke out, Ojukwu became the head of state of the Eastern Nigeria, which was Biafra. But today, those companies that Adaka Boro was saying that they were operating in Enugu, not in the Niger Delta. That was one region, the same country then named Biafra. Adaka Boro did his rebel because these companies were not in the Niger Delta. But what is happening today? Today, the companies operating in this region have their headquarters in Lagos and Abuja. Decisions for the resources of this region are made in Lagos and in Abuja. Far away Lagos and Abuja. If you want to go to Lagos or Abuja today, based on the wonderful routes you have across Nigeria, it might take you, if not days, minimum of 8 hours. Minimum of 8 hours to go from any Niger Delta state to Lagos. If you want to go from any Niger Delta state to Abuja, bring in minimum of 12 hours. Yet, the Niger Delta sees nothing wrong with this. We have followed up with issues of OML 25 in Kula between SPDC and Belema Oil. We have been observing keenly the situation between Ogbele, Umweze, and Oshibuko communities in the Niger Delta region. If the Niger Delta region is good to be polluted due to oil exploration, what makes it good for this company to have their headquarters in that region? So why can't these companies, what makes it not good for this company to have their headquarters in the Niger Delta region? Why should NNPC have its headquarters in Abuja? Why? Is there any single drop of oil in Abuja? Why must NNPC be operating from Abuja? Why? Is there oil in Abuja? We ask again. This is Njenje Media Channel. We ask again and again and again. Why should NOSDRA have its headquarters in Abuja? Why? Why should High Rep have its headquarters in Abuja? Why should MNCS have their headquarters in Lagos? When you relate these headquarters outside the region to job and job creation, suddenly you will understand that the region is the highest marginalized in the world, and they don't seem to care. Why? People, we are asking why. Why are the Niger Deltas not asking this same question that we are asking? All you hear them say is a loud excuse that it is all about insecurity. But we ask, is insecurity not the job of the federal government? They give you excuses. Insecurity. But insecurity in the Niger Delta region is a federal government project. Agriculture and other sustaining lifestyle are dying. In Gokana, coastal communities, people can't fish anymore. What still? Battle for survival due to bunkering has skyrocketed, killing the region. Oil spillage everywhere and nobody cares to do anything. All we hear the current government say is that they want to clean up Ogoni and that they've been cleaning up Ogoni 5 years on. All is a fluke. Lie, lie, lie. While MCNC funds entertainment programs in Lagos, they largely do not care about artists in the Niger Delta. These artists are forced to relocate to Lagos in order to be heard. You think we are making it up? What forced Boma Boy, Timaya, Timmy Dakolo, Duncan Mighty? Even in the comedy industry, I Go Die, all of them are forced to Lagos. The Seki dance didn't garner much attention because it happened in Port Harcourt. If it was Lagos, everybody would have heard about it. Yet, most of the brains behind what is happening are from the Niger Delta. You remember the popular AY show? Do you know where he is? AY is a son of the soil of the Niger Delta region. But the region is losing in money in many, many more ways than one. Belema Oil, during his fight to take over Omel 25 from SDPC, had to go to Sokoto and Katsina to build schools, to dig boreholes and build roads, so as to be in the good books of those in power, the caliphate. But the state of education in his own home state is nothing to write home about. Yet, we don't deny the knowledge of his scholarship program, those he has sent abroad for studies. But the state of primary, secondary education in the oil-rich River State remains abysmally poor. Do we want to come to the east? You want to come to Imo State and you think about Okorocha, who goes to the north and builds schools and give free educations. Yet, given a state to govern, he messes it up. The Niger Delta has access to sea for Christ's sake, but are rendered dormant for one state to thrive. They are rendered dormant. How many ports? You have ports. You have wharf in Akwebong. You have in River State. You have in Delta State. Niger Delta has access to the sea, but everything there remains dormant. They have oil. They have gas. Rather, what you see is that the gases are flared and people breathe them and people die. Go to Port Harcourt today, every zinc, every roof of the house you see in Port Harcourt is black, no matter what color it was before. They have everything needed to be a country, but don't have the will to wake up and say, this is what I want and I demand it and I have no apology for demanding this. This is what their resources are being used to feed the rest of the country. Why they die? They die every single day. The rate of cancer killing the Niger Delta people is unimaginable. The Niger Delta people, wake up. Wake up from your slumber and free yourself. Dangote is building refinery in Lagos. But who source his crude oil from Gombe or Lagos? Why was the refinery not built in Ahoda West to create job for the local population? Suffering from pollution, suffering from oil exploration. The oil that will fuel Dangote's refinery in Lagos will come from the Niger Delta. Niger Delta. Onamumu never do. Onamumu never do. The civil war ended, not because the Gowon's military might, but largely due to the cooperation of the region with the federal government. The animosity between the Niger Delta and her Igbo neighbors lingers up to date due to the abundant property saga. Look at even in the last election that was just held. Peter Obi from Anambra State was appointed or was picked up by Atiku to be a boy servant as a VP. Wike, everybody started complaining because they all had interest. Even under the Goodluck Jonathan Ebere administration, you saw how Chibike Rotimi, a son of the soil of the Niger Delta, fought his own brother and gave victory to those that raped them day and night. Any day that the Niger Delta region says we take back our resources, we no do again, this country will break up or be forced to restructure now. Remember when the Niger Delta Avengers came up and they were doing justice to the pipelines that take the crude oil from their feet and go to and go places? What happened? The federal government sent their boy VP to come and beg the Niger Delta Avengers. Today you get crumbs. How can you be in river And you supposed to be swimming in river with water, but you end up using saliva to have your bath. How can someone pipe from Niger Delta oil to Sokoto, to Adamawa and to Kaduna, yet your land remain ravaged? Forget the gra from Buhari's government and his brothers. They can do nothing. They are largely enabled by the inability of the Niger Delta to decide what they want. Niger Delta, it is time to wake up. Declare your own republic, or force the Nigerian state to restructure by saying that enough of this madness, enough. They take your money, they build Abuja, they build the whole north. And what do you get? You only get pollution. Your children die. Nothing you get in return. Niger Delta, you are the ones sleeping. You're sleeping on duty. You sleeping and unable to do anything tangible. Niger Delta, Onamumu never do. Wake up, smell the coffee, and end this mess. The moment you want to do and end this mess, you have willing tools everywhere to join you, but people are waiting. Your land is ravaged. When this oil will finish, Niger Delta, there is not going to be any money to correct the injustices in your land. Look at the picture we have used as a theme for this video. The reason why we used it is very simple. This is the way the Niger Delta should look like. This is the way the Niger Delta should look like. Many of you, your sons, rather than invest in homes in your lands, they will go run away. Look at Asari Dokubo. He will get his own cult and run to Benin Republic to invest and build universities and build secondary schools, yet you have nothing. Niger Delta, wake up. Onamumu must do. Onamumu must do. Wake up, smell the coffee, and end this mess. Once more, this is Niger Media Channel. Subscribe to the channel, as we must keep this real. We must keep this real. This is Niger Media Channel once more.